Jesus was a master storyteller. He used parables to teach important lessons about God and his kingdom. One such parable, found in Luke chapter 16, verses 19 to 31, tells the story of two men, a rich man and a beggar named Lazarus.
The rich man lived a life of luxury and extravagance. He feasted every day, unconcerned with the plight of Lazarus, who lay at his gate, covered in sores. Lazarus longed to eat even the scraps that fell from the rich man's table. Dogs even came and licked his sores. The rich man, however, showed no compassion for Lazarus. He lived only for his own pleasure and comfort.
One day Lazarus died and was carried away by angels to be with Abraham. The rich man also died and was buried. In the afterlife, their situations were dramatically reversed. The rich man found himself in torment. He looked up and saw Abraham far away, with Lazarus by his side. The rich man, now in agony, called out to Abraham for mercy.
"Father Abraham, have mercy on me. Send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire."
The rich man was clearly suffering. His earthly wealth and status offered him no comfort in this place.
Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here and you are in agony. And besides all this, between us and you a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us.
The rich man then pleaded with Abraham to send Lazarus to warn his 5 brothers.
"Then I beg you, Father, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them so that they will not also come to this place of torment."
They have Moses and the prophets, let them listen to them.
"No, Father Abraham, but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent."
If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead.
This statement hinted at Jesus' own fate and the response he would receive from those who refused to believe. This story is often interpreted literally. Some believe it describes a literal hell where people are punished with fire after death. However, it is important to remember that Jesus was speaking in parables. Parables are not meant to be taken literally, but are designed to teach spiritual truths through symbolism and imagery. Jesus used familiar everyday scenarios to illustrate deeper spiritual realities. The story of the rich man and Lazarus is not about a literal place of fire and torment. Instead, it highlights the dangers of greed, selfishness, and indifference towards the poor and marginalized. It emphasizes the importance of compassion, generosity, and faithfulness to God. Section 4. The power of parables. To understand this parable, we must look beyond the literal elements of the story. Jesus was not teaching about the physical conditions of heaven and hell. He was addressing the spiritual conditions of the human heart. The rich man represents those who are consumed by material wealth and possessions. They live for themselves, indifferent to the needs of others. Lazarus represents the poor and marginalized, who are often overlooked and forgotten. The reversal of fortunes in the afterlife symbolizes the ultimate judgment of God. God sees the heart, and he judges us not by our wealth or status, but by our love for him and our neighbors. Section 5. Fire and brimstone. Some might point to the fire and torment mentioned in the parable as evidence of a literal hellfire. However, Jesus often used symbolic language to convey spiritual truths. For example, he spoke of being born again, which does not refer to a literal physical birth. Furthermore, the concept of eternal torment in a fiery hell does not align with the character of a loving and merciful God. The Bible teaches that God is love and that he desires all people to be saved. The fire in the parable likely represents the burning regret and anguish that come from a life lived apart from God and in disregard for others. It is the pain of realizing that one has wasted their life on selfish pursuits while neglecting the needs of their fellow human beings. Section 6. A call to compassion. The parable of the rich man and Lazarus serves as a powerful reminder that our actions have eternal consequences. It is a call to examine our own hearts and to live lives of compassion, generosity, and service to others. It is a reminder that true wealth is not measured by material possessions, but by our relationship with God and our love for our neighbors. This parable, like many of Jesus' teachings, challenges us to move beyond self-centeredness and embrace a life of love and compassion. It is a call to recognize the image of God in every human being and to treat all people with dignity and respect, regardless of their social standing or material possessions.